Diane in Denmark here, and rah rah rah, it's the start of a new week, which means we get to move to a new Flylady Zone. Now, just a wee bit of, let's get up to date from last week. Last week I had a really bad week. I just didn't want to do anything. I had a case of the blahs, but you know what, I kept putting one foot in front of the other, and actually by the end of the week I'd had actually quite a good week, and especially at the weekend, things kind of really blossomed. So it was just to encourage you out there. I know a lot of you have been having tough times, or maybe a family member is ill, or there's a lot going on at school and work. Just keep going with the basic routines. As I've said before, you don't need to worry too much about, detailed cleaning and decluttering. The main thing is that you get your routines, your simple routines done morning and evening. And I've got lots of videos about that. I'll put a link up there. If you can just keep going with the routines, those are the things which are very comforting to us, and that they kind of pull us through the good times and especially the bad times. Anyway, a wee bit of, I'll just put my pom-poms over here. We are starting a new week, and you've seen it all before. You've seen me cleaning in this room before. Just another couple of things. We are, especially for us in Denmark, we're coming up to the end of the school year, and this is the time of year that I get my next school year's diary or planner. So you might want to think about that. I put it on my list for last week for Erin Day, and I use just a very basic one because the main information that I need is what week number it is. We go by week numbers in Denmark. And then I've got a wee place to write in what's for dinner, and it tells you, what if there's some kind of holiday coming up, or anyway. So you might want to think about that. The Flylady calendar for this season is now out, if I remember correctly. So, because you can plan however you want, but in my family, if it doesn't go in this calendar, it's not happening. So I'm going to be having fun with that, because with Mother, when I've got a picture of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and Frank from The Transporter, those are my kind of, who I look up to as having their routines down pat. And so I'm going to be putting a few pictures on the front of this one. Now, the other thing is I'm about to start my timer, my trusty timer. Hold on, let me just grab it. Hold on, bring it down a wee bit closer. I'm going to be working here for 15 minutes. Now, as before, if you are just starting with Flylady, don't worry about zone cleaning and detail cleaning. That is just the icing on the cake. The main thing for you is to keep on decluttering, because I just wanted to share something with you. I had an aha moment with Flylady many years ago, after I actually started picking up after myself. Now, picking up after yourself means that, when we've been down here in the living room in the evening, when we leave this room in the evening, everybody takes, their teacups from the table here. We all sit around here. They take their teacups and whatever book they've been reading, the coasters and the remote controls for the television. They go in a little basket or a bowl. And it occurred to me one morning when I came down, and the room looked good, and I thought, well, yes, that's because I had actually cleared off the stuff that I had been using and put it away. And it was such an aha moment. Like, there's no hocus pocus with this. If you clear off your stuff at the end of the day that you've been using, when you come down the next morning, it will look good, because everything is in its place. So just keep on going with the decluttering. And as before, if you're needing any of these cleaning videos or decluttering videos, I make them in real time, because I work along with you. You're meant to be working along with me, and you can see the power of just setting your timer. I'll put the playlist up there, because even if I'm not making a video that week, if it's during the summer and I'm not around here so much, you can always go back and look at me cleaning this room or the bathroom or decluttering in the basement. There's plenty of videos. Anyway, if you are onto detail cleaning, that's what I'm going to be doing here in the video. You can just declutter in this room today. As always, I've said to you before, and I printed out the Flylady detailed cleaning lists, and I have them in my control journal. You've seen this all before. And what I do is, here's the list for Zone 5. We're in Zone 5 this week, which is the living room, you know, the den, you know, family room, whatever you want to call it. And the Flylady's got a kind of suggested list. Remember, suggested. You don't need to do everything on this list every week that we're in the zone. And you can also make your own notes. So I've added some extra notes of what I want to do in this room this week. And I'll be doing 15 minutes just now. You'll see me doing 15 minutes of detailed cleaning. And I've added some other things like washing the cushion covers here, not the actual sofa itself, but you know, the throw cushions. I'll be washing the covers for those. And the other thing, where's my list? Here it is. Oh yeah, and I want to spot clean the sofa. There are a few areas of that where people have been eating chocolate and might have left a wee mess. So I'm going to be spot cleaning that. And spot cleaning for me of the sofa is really easy, because when we bought those sofas, we had a special Scotchgard stain product put on the sofa. So all I need to use is a little bit of fizzy water, and that takes off any stains for us. So I'm going to be doing that. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and I'll get my son to hoover the sofa, because that was always his job when he was younger. And the TV basket, oh yeah, around the TV, I'll give you a quick tour in a wee minute. Around the TV, that's the kind of hotspot area for us. We've got some DVDs there, we've got the Xbox, the TV box, and some controllers for the Wii. I want to put those into a basket or something, because it's kind of messy, and I think some of the DVDs can go away now. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on. And anyway, let me get started, because I don't want to be sitting on my bahookie the whole time. And as usual, I'll just be doing from kind of top to bottom. Let me move you back a wee bit. And as always, I just clean in the clothes that I am wearing. And this is one of my tops from Clothes Swap Party that I love. It's actually raining this morning in Denmark. Yoo-hoo, a bit of rain. And oh yeah, and one last thing before I get started. People always say, you know, oh, but you know, you're gardening in a dress, or you know, wearing your nice clothes to clean. And I was thinking about it the other day. It's like that, you know, that meme that you see going around. You can't live a positive life with a negative mind. Well, for me, I can't live a kind of energetic, upbeat life without, you know, if I'm dressed sloppy. So that's the reason why I dress as I do. And remember, when we're doing Flylady cleaning this style, we don't need all those weird toxic products. We're only doing a short amount of cleaning at a time, and because we're being consistent with it, we don't need all those weird chemicals. So anyway, let me get started. There we go. Okay, timer is running, and I'm going to do my usual thing, which is going round the room with my feather duster on a stick. So let me just get started. And also, you may have noticed that I did a bit of rearranging of the furniture since last time, because I was feeling like, I needed a change. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but I love to change the furniture around. And I got my son and daughter to help me to move the piano and move the chest of drawers into the... And my son said to me, Mum, are we going to be moving this back in 6 months' time? And I was like, yeah, probably. I just like to move things around. But in a way, it's quite good, because it kind of lets you see the room in a different way. And I decluttered a lot of stuff when we were moving things around. Right. Okay. So, there weren't many cobwebs, because I actually got some cobwebs when we were moving the furniture around. Right, and then I'll get on to the next one. I'm going to do the windows in here. I've got my wee cleaning caddy with me, so I'll do my little scoosh. I'll tell you what, let's turn that way a wee bit. You can see here's some of the cables from the TV. Scoosh, scoosh. There we go. That's one side. And the other. Ooh, no streaks. And that's how fast it is. Oh, can you see? That really is how fast it is to do the windows. If you're doing them consistently, on a monthly basis. Right, do the next one. Just open the window a bit while I put this up. And two, scoosh, 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 scoosh. Right, and I'm not getting out a chair or anything, I'm just stretching up on my tippy toes. Okay, last one. Right, okay, I'll just leave that open for a wee minute. And I'll just use the other side of my cloth. I'm going to wipe down all the bases of the silver lamps that we've got. Let's do the lamps while I'm here. On top, there's one. Two. I've got another lamp over here. Three. And I've also got another lamp over this way. Get down the base of that. Right, that's all the lamps done. Let's do the top here. Right, that's all the lamps done. We don't have any we don't have any mirrors in this room, but I will give the TV a wee wipe down. Just turn over my cloth. I don't need any product for this. Right, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my wee dusting mitt and do all the flat surfaces. So as I said, hold on, let me move you over here. I've been moving stuff around, so now I've got this big chest of drawers. I swapped that over with the piano, because normally I would be here wiping down the piano, but I thought it would look better like this, and we've got more space to have a nice reading area. And I've got my reading area on the other side as well. And this big old chest, this belonged to my father, to my husband's father's side of the family. Right, that'll do for that. Just do around the back of the TV. Oh yeah. Find more DVDs that need to go away. Put them here just now, but this is the hotspot area that I'm going to be working on. Okay, and I'll just do the rest of the flat surfaces. And I've got my wee, this one out. I'll go over this way. I hope you're not getting seasick. There we are. Windowsills. So nice to get some rain for the garden, because as I've told you, the last 2 weeks we have had a heat wave. And to everybody that has asked, no, we don't. Hold on, I'm just going to do this wee table here. We don't have air conditioning. We're in the cold north. So normally we don't really get heat waves, or if we do, it's maybe about 5 or 6 days in August. But we've had incredible weather this month of May. Right, I'm just going to do the top of the piano. Hold on. Just move you around again. Remember, I'm not doing fancy filming. The idea of my channel is not to have, you know, music and lights and me going out like that. The idea is that you get off your bahookie and join me. Right, here we go for my Rearranging moment. Right, I'm just finished doing this. Open the wee pedals underneath. Boom. Right, and I'll just do the chair legs as well of piano stool. It's not actually a proper piano stool, but this belonged to my Danish, dearly departed Danish mother-in-law, and actually it works quite well for the just the right height for the piano. All right, that's it. Oh, and the last one is my wee here. This is my spot where I like to sit and read. Oh, and if you can hear footsteps, that's my DS18. He's going later to high school this morning, so goodbye. I won't film him. Right, oh yeah, let me just bring it a bit closer. One of the fun things which happens, you know, when you start moving furniture around, is that on top of the piano and on top of that chest over there, you know, it had various knickknacks and pictures, and it gave me the chance to kind of take things away. I went to, what would you call it, a kind of workshop at IKEA recently with Vibeke, and it was about how to, you know, make up a mood board of how you wanted, you know, if you were trying to redo a room, and there was no kind of rooms that I wanted to redo, but I felt that this place, it just, I don't know, it just wasn't harmonious. Anyway, it was a really good evening, and there was a couple of designers from IKEA, and they were talking about all different things. And the funny thing was that they said the first thing they should do, if you're thinking of redoing your room, is just to take as much out of the room as possible, declutter. And I thought, well, hello, where have we heard that before? So that was the first thing. And then they had this really interesting concept of 60, 30, 10. Now, that 60, 30, 10 creates balance in a room. And at first I didn't really understand what that was on about, but like 60% of a room will be one element or one colour or one kind of fabric. Or so if I just show you our place, hold on, I'll take you a wee tour. Let me just get my cleaning stuff off the floor. We'll just talk for a wee minute. Right, hold on. Look at that way. Right, if you're looking at our room, like not with my cleaning caddy and my blue jacket, our room is kind of 60% of our room. The thing that you probably notice the most is the wooden furniture. We've got a lot of cherry. We've got a lot of, you know, the bookcases. Hold on, if I go that way, I've got bookcases there. That's the birds' room. And then if I go around this way, bookcases there. And then bookcases just behind me. So we have a lot of wood in this room. So that would be our kind of 60%. And then we have like the sofas, the grey, the dark grey, that's probably the 30% in this room. And then the 10%, the thing that I'm working on, is to have more white elements. Because I was trying to kind of lighten up this room and I was thinking, maybe we need a lighter coffee table, but I don't want to be replacing big bits of furniture. I don't want to be replacing big bits of furniture. But it was actually quite interesting. So they said, you know, take out as much as possible. Don't go buying new stuff. Imagine that if Gail were saying it. But look at what you've got. So I've started putting in more of my kind of white knickknacks. And I've been shopping other rooms in the house. You know, I always say, don't buy stuff. See if you've got something maybe in the guest bedroom that you can move somewhere else. So I'm going to be shopping the other rooms in the house to see if I can get like some more white, hold on if I go that way, white cushion covers to kind of lighten it up and give it that, you know, the 10% will be the white things like the white lights. And as I said, you know, any kind of light knickknacks. So anyway, there's a wee tip for you. You don't need to go buy anything else. The main thing is if you're not feeling it with the room, remove what you don't need in the room to begin with, declutter, and then maybe just, you know, remove some elements and add in a few things from other rooms and see, you know, does that help? Does it make it worse? Anyway, so that was just a wee aside. So where did we get to? Let me see. I've done up on the top, the ceilings. I've detail dusted all the flat surfaces. I'm going to give a really good hoover today. Actually, I hoovered the other day when we moved the furniture, because when you start moving behind pianos and stuff, you find a lot of dust that you haven't been able to get to before. My DS18, he's going to hoover the sofa and I'm going to spot clean it. And I think the last thing, what should I do in here? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll just do the top of the lamp. So let me just grab a chair, because I can't get to them just by standing here. Let me just pause for a minute. Right, I'll just switch them off while I do it. And this is one of those tasks that I wouldn't do it every time we're in the zone, but occasionally. I'm just wiping them off. And if you have one of those fan things, I know that a lot of the fly babies have found it useful to do that tip of putting over an old pillowcase and kind of pulling off the dust. Okay, there goes my timer. Sorry, I can't switch it off right now. That's been 15 minutes. Hold on, let me just the other side. So I'm actually feeling quite good about this room now that I've moved things around. And when I'm sitting doing a pamper later today, I think I'm going to go through my pamper basket, because there are some items in it that I'm really not using. There we are, here's a wee bit of dust. Yeah! Okay, just turn over my cloth and I'm going to do the other lamps that we have down there. Let me just get this last one. There we go. Done. Oh, hold on. Now I'm done. Great. Okay. So, as I said, let me just put this chair back in the dining room. As I said, don't worry too much about having to do, you know, absolutely everything from the detailed cleaning list. Don't even worry about doing the 5 missions this week. Just choose one, set your timer and get started. And often just the fact of, you know, getting started, that pushes us on. But listen, when the timer goes off, please take a break. suddenly, you know, because you start, you know, do the whole day. That's not what it's about. We're cleaning for a little bit in measured chunks consistently. Now, I know I've said it before, but it's the consistency that's key. Anyway, I've made a really long video today. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, we had a wee chat, and I shall see you very soon. So anyway, Diane in Denmark saying, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. And thank goodness for some rain, that we've got thunder coming in a wee minute, I can see. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.